Over the years, I've coached hundreds and hundreds of women, and this topic is one that I've reflected on a lot because it impacted my own health journey, and I see it time and time again impact the health journey and the weight loss journey of the women who I coach. And so most women who I talk to will say they want to lose weight. But what's most important to them, they tell me, is that they want to feel better. That's how they put it, is I want to feel better. And I'll ask, like, what exactly does that mean, right? And I'll hear things like, I want to be able to walk up and down stairs without losing my breath. I want to have more energy so I can play with my grandkids. I want to look in the mirror and like what I see. Or I don't want to constantly think about what I'm going to eat so that I can try to lose weight, or how I'm going to exercise. I want to be more active. I want to feel better. And that list goes on and on and on of what that means to us, right? And so usually then, once they get into their journey to feel better, they're really excited about their goals. They're really proud of the choices they're making. And I can distinctly remember this 9+ years ago when I started my health journey again. I was really proud of how I was choosing to move and how I was, really paying more attention to my nutrition. And my clients, just like they start, like I did, when I was on that journey, they start enjoying the feeling that comes from taking better care of themselves. And again, I can so clearly remember really feeling overjoyed about how much more energy I had and how much better I felt and just all the things, right? The fact that I was actually doing something finally about this struggle. But then here's what I notice. They will step on the scale each day looking for a drop in the number that is reflected back to them. And if that number doesn't drop, and usually if it doesn't drop by several pounds, every single week, they'll say things like, I only lost 1 pound this week, or I only lost 2 pounds this week. Have you ever done that? I talk about this because I did it so many times myself, and I see this play out over and over. Like I said, I know this conversation can be difficult, and it is one that is not about judgment. I don't discuss this with you today because I'm being judgy or I hold some kind of negative idea about you when you do this. It is purely for us to think more deeply about this issue. And I think it's really important that you think more deeply about this issue. So you see, when you say only about the weight you have lost, it really begs the question, does feeling better only come from seeing a certain number on the scale? Does it only come from losing pounds when you step on that scale? Do you only feel better when you see that number go down? And by how much does it have to drop every time you step on the scale, whether that's once a day, whether it's once a week? How much does it have to go down for you to feel better? If you said, no, it doesn't have to go down for me to feel better, then I'm asking you today to do a little deeper explanation of your relationship with that scale. And I ask you that coming from a place of having spent so many years with a horrible relationship with the scale and knowing how detrimental that was on me physically, but really importantly, how detrimental it was on me mentally too. So right now, what does feeling better really mean? Not what you think you should say, not that my energy should be up and I want to be more active, and not the things that come to mind as what I should say feeling better means, but really deep down inside, when you say you want to feel better, what does that mean? And I want to be clear too. When you think about this and you explore it, do you mean feeling better physically, mentally, emotionally, all of the above? Does it mean you want to sleep better? Do you want to be able to walk a few miles? Do you want to have to stop taking blood pressure medications? Do you want to stop worrying about the potential that you are becoming diabetic? What does it mean to you? And if losing weight is truly what is part of making you feel better, that is okay. It really is. But I encourage you to keep that part, the part about the weight equaling feeling better, I encourage you to keep that part in perspective and not let it be your definition of feeling better. Because if feeling better equals losing weight and that's your sole goal, that number defines you. It dictates the days you feel better, the days you don't. The seasons of life when you feel better and the seasons of life when you don't. And that is a false sense of security. It's a false sense of health. It's a false sense of happiness. Those two things cannot be one and the same. They just can't. So I would submit to you that if they are really closely connected in that way, when you start to think about this on a deeper level, what I submit to you is that your struggles are actually with more than just the scale. Let that sink in. You need to really dig deep into why your worth as a woman is so connected to a simple machine that sits on the floor in your bathroom. And you, listen, you know that I'm not saying, well, you should just be happy being fat. And yes, I use that word. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. If you step on the scale and you say, I only lost 1 pound, and you're not keeping that in perspective, you are really, in a sense, what you're doing is you're saying that you don't truly value this journey. You're not allowing yourself to feel the completely invaluable parts of feeling better. That is, you're not truly embracing that you are worthy of working on your health. You're not worthy to physically work on your health. You're not worthy to mentally work on your health. And I know this is a really complicated matter, right? This whole idea of feeling worthy and understanding your value. But really think about that. What you're saying is that you're not worthy of looking in the mirror and loving who you see. And you're not worthy of reaping all the benefits of living in joy. That's what that really means if the scale number is the equivalent to feeling better. And we all have to untangle that mindset around our worth if we want to move forward in this life. I hope this discussion has been really helpful to you, and I really hope you will think about it further, because there's so much there, like I said, to dig into. And I really want you to practice this. The next time you step on the scale, celebrate whatever that number says. Find a way to have some gratitude and some grace possibly with yourself. And if that number is lower and that's what you were after, if you've lost a pound or whatever number of ounces that you've lost, if that's what you were after, I don't want you to say, I only lost a pound. I want you to say, hot damn, I'm making choices that have resulted in me being a pound lighter on this scale. And the most important thing about that is that I know my choices are making me healthier, both physically and mentally. I'll see you right back here next time.